Making sure your degree audit is accurate is just one of the many roles of your academic advisor. Our job is to ensure that you're in the right program, taking the right classes, and graduating on time. If you ever feel that you're not in the right program, you can reach out to us for help. We're here to help you pursue the proper major, but you must reach out to us. The process is transactional and requires work from both parties. When meeting with an advisor or registering for classes on your own, you should be familiar with a few essential terms. You can find all of the following terms and others within the Advising Glossary of Terms in the Educational Planning module on the D2L shell under Additional Resources. For the sake of time, I'm going to point out some of the more common ones you'll encounter when you matriculate. Blended courses. A course that blends online and face-to-face delivery, just like this one. A percentage of course instruction is delivered via electronic means, and a percentage of instruction is conducted face-to-face. Co-requisite. A formal course of study required to be taken simultaneously with another. Course load. The number of courses, credits taken during a specific term. To be considered full-time, students need to be enrolled in 12 or more credits per semester. Students taking less than 12 credits per semester is considered part-time. Credit. 1 semester hour, generally representing 1 hour per week of lecture or 2 or more hours per week of laboratory work. Degree audit. A computerized academic advising and tracking system that provides an assessment of progress towards degree requirements. Educational plan. A term-by-term plan of courses necessary to complete for graduation within a student's intended major. Electives. Courses that students may choose to take for credit toward their intended degree, as distinguished from general education courses. Prerequisite. Program or course which a student is required to complete prior to being permitted to enroll in a more advanced program or course. You should also be familiar with the term general education. As discussed earlier, most of you attending Broward will be pursuing an associate's degree in arts or science. Both of these programs require specific coursework or general education requirements to be completed alongside your classes that directly relate to your major. On the screen, you'll see a breakdown of the subject areas and how many courses you will need in each of those areas in order to complete your program. Specifically, if you are pursuing an AA degree, 36 credits are general education and 24 are elective, and should be major specific, which gives you your 60 credits needed to graduate. You can view the prerequisites for the AS or bachelor's degree programs on the BC website. Now, you may be thinking, how am I going to know how and when to complete these 60 credits? The answer is simple. By using your educational plan. By a show of hands, how many of you want to be in school forever? No one should be raising their hand. It's so critical for you to finish what you start, and we have some key tools for you to use to keep you on track for graduation. One of them is your educational plan. It's basically a term-by-term plan of courses necessary for you to complete for graduation within your intended major. You should have seen the start to one during your new student orientation session, where your advisor handed you an outline of recommended courses to take during your first and second semester at Broward College. As I pointed out earlier, you can also reference the program map for your major, which basically shows the term-by-term breakdown of what types of courses you should take each semester to stay on track for graduation. It's up to you to work with your advisor each semester and to continue to plan out your next semester of classes before it's even time to register. And in order to pass this seminar, you will definitely need to know what an educational plan is, because you will need to finalize it for the next semester as part of your capstone assignment. You are responsible for creating the plan for next semester and having an advisor sign off on your educational plan. Just follow the instructions in the capstone module so that you don't find yourself repeating this course next term. I would also recommend that you download a free app that allows you to take pictures of documents, and you can upload them as needed for your assignments in D2L. In addition to your ed plan, another tool exists that can help you stay on track to graduate: your degree audit. Later on, I'm going to show you how to access this tool and use it to your benefit. For now, let's log back into your MyBC account. If you haven't already done that, you can by going to Broward's homepage, www.broward.edu. Click the Login button in the top right-hand corner of the page and click on the MyBC login link. Enter your student ID in the designated text box. Enter your password, which is your 2-digit month of birth, followed by your 4-digit birth year, and click Login. This will take you to the MyBC student homepage. You'll notice there's a mail icon that takes you directly to Office 365, so you can access your student email while in D2L. But you can also find your student email on the BC homepage. If you click on Login at the top of the page, select Student Email and follow the prompts to enter your username and password. This should look fairly familiar since you first logged into your mailbox during your new student orientation. While we're in MyBC, let me point out a few other icons that are essential while you're attending Broward College. Smart Thinking, our live online tutoring site. Under the Records tab, you can view your grades from your classes and your unofficial transcript. Under the Financial Aids tab, you can view your FAFSA, application, and awards. Under the My Financials tab, you can pay for classes or any fees you have through the college. Under the Registration tab, you can register for courses and view your full class schedule. Under the Advising tab, you can make an advising appointment, view your educational plan, and your degree audit. To make an advising appointment, simply click on that tab and then fill in the blanks: the campus you're going to, the date and time you want to come in, and the advisor to see. It's that easy. Like I said before, do this early and often, meaning every semester. You also want to check in with your advisor to make sure you're taking the right classes from term to term. This is also why an educational plan is so important. To edit or view your educational plan, click on that tab and follow the instructions listed so that you can start to plan ahead for each semester and have a written record of which classes you want to take every term. Remember, you will be required to do this and submit a screenshot of your completed plan in order to complete this seminar. So familiarize yourself with this tool now, as you will need it to successfully pass this course. To view your interactive degree audit, simply click on that tab. At first glance, the audit may appear overwhelming, so we're going to look at it section by section so that you understand how to navigate the document. The first few subheadings shown contain your personal information and academic profile, It also keeps a record of if and when you've changed your program and your academic standing each semester. Meaning, have you been staying above a 2.0? We'll get into specifics on that toward the end of this lecture. Scroll down to the course requirements. This is where you'll find the exact breakdown of what areas you need to complete for your program, including which ones you've completed so far or which ones you are currently enrolled in. Let's look at the first areas so you'll have a better understanding. The communication section shows how many credits classes are needed in that area, the grade needed in order for the class to fulfill the requirement, and a list of possible courses that will satisfy that requirement. And every section shows the same information. So this is the easiest way for you to identify what classes you plan to take in order to graduate. Scroll all the way down, past the requirements, and now you'll see where your electives will be listed. These are all of the additional credits you'll need to hit the 60 credit requirement as it pertains to your specific degree. Below, you'll also find any excess classes that don't apply towards your program, if you took any. But hopefully you didn't, because you continually utilized your educational plan, interactive degree audit, and stayed in touch with your advisor regularly. Then you'll see the summary, how many credits you'll need in total, how many you already took or are currently taking, enrolled in, and how many you have left. You can also view all of your GPAs, the ones that only apply to your program, and all of the classes you've completed at BC in general. The graduation status message gives you an entire breakdown of what areas are not satisfied. So again, you should never have to question what areas you have left to complete. It's all listed above, as are there the degree benchmarks. Right below it, here you'll see the percentage of the program that you've completed, whether it's 25, 50, or 75%. Now that you've seen how to navigate your audit, let's put this into action. Before we close out today's lecture, we need to discuss the relationship between doing well in college and maintaining both good academic standing and eligibility for financial aid. Believe it or not, planning out your term-by-term course selection and monitoring your degree audit are extremely important when it comes to receiving aid. As required by federal law, students must meet Satisfactory Academic Progress, or SAP, SAP for short, which are standards in order to remain eligible for student aid. You must also maintain academic progress. These are two closely related but different requirements. Your academic progress may be sufficient for you to be considered in good standing and to continue to be enrolled at the college, but not meet standards of academic progress to receive financial aid. This is another reason why it's so important for you to consider your course load when registering for classes each term. You need to give yourself the best opportunity to succeed. So let's take a quick pop quiz. Who can tell me what GPA you'd need every semester to be considered in good standing? You need a 2.0 or C average. If you fall below and continue to stay below, you will be put on academic warning, probation, and eventually suspension, where you will no longer be able to take classes at Broward College. You can view the details for academic standing on the Broward College webpage. Let's go there now. Go to www.broward.edu, hover over Student Resources, click on Rights and Responsibilities. Here, you'll be able to access the Broward College Student Handbook, which provides concise information for students who are currently enrolled regarding support services available, student life, summaries of important student policies and procedures, and an academic calendar. You can also view every critical policy pertaining to student rights and responsibilities. Click on Policy Matters. This document also outlines every college-wide policy, including issues pertaining to remaining in good academic standing. Select Academic Standards of Progress. Here, you can see each level of progress and what a student would need to do in order to once again maintain good standing with the college. Go back to the Policy Matters page and click on Student Financial Aid, Standards of Academic Progress. There are 4 criteria you must meet each term in order to maintain your eligibility for financial aid. Some relate to your academic progress, which we just discussed. Here are the 4 criteria. 2.0 or higher cumulative financial aid GPA. Successfully complete at least 67% of all credit hours attempted. Keep in mind, because students either fail or withdraw from a course, sometimes the number of credits they originally enrolled in does not equal the number of credits they successfully complete in a semester. In order to receive aid, every time you have to complete at least 67% of the credits you enrolled in for the term. This is commonly referred to as your PACE. You can actually guesstimate your PACE for a term within the PACE calculator, found at the following link: www.broward.edu/financial-aid/pages/page calculator. You will need to calculate a sample PACE in one of your D2L assignments this week, so familiarize yourself with this link. Complete the degree certificate program within 150% of the published program hours. A student is only eligible to receive financial aid for credit hours or clock hours that do not exceed 150% of the published program hours. For example, a degree program of 60 credit hours must be completed within 90 credit hours maximum, and a degree program of 900 clock hours must be completed within 1,350 clock hours. This is why it's important that you finish what you start here at Broward College. Your time to complete your degree impacts your eligibility for financial aid. Take only courses that apply to your designated academic program of record. This one is pretty self-explanatory, but students sometimes find themselves taking excess credits or classes that do not pertain to their program, including taking too many elective courses, which will not be covered by financial aid. So stick to your program requirements, use your educational plan, and degree audit to keep yourself on track to graduate. Some of the best tips to maintain good academic standing and maintain your financial eligibility include: do not take courses that do not apply to your academic program. Avoid failing courses. This impacts your GPA, your PACE, and time to complete measures, and those F's and D's will drag you down. Avoid withdrawing and unofficially being withdrawn for non-attendance from courses, because this impacts your PACE and time to complete measures. By the way, you can only have 3 attempts to successfully complete a course, and on your 3rd attempt, you'll be charged out-of-state tuition to cover the cost of fees, and the class will not be covered by financial aid. Remember, you can always request to audit a class, but it will still count as an attempt. Changing majors more than 2 times during a student's Broward College career. Think about it. If you continue to change your major and the programs you picked, they have drastic differences in their course requirements. You will eventually find yourself in an excessive credit situation. The closer you get to graduating, which means you run the risk of losing financial aid during your last few semesters. That's why we recommend taking career assessments, scheduling regular appointments with your advisor, and visiting the Career Center so you can make sure you are pursuing the program you need for the future career that you want. It's rules like these that you need to familiarize yourself with in order to be a successful student and know your rights and your responsibilities as a Broward College student. Plus, most of the assessment questions you will need to answer in the D2L quiz for this week pertain to items found in the student handbook, so be sure to look over these links carefully and extensively. Remember, you want to give yourself the best possible opportunity to succeed in your coursework at Broward College. When selecting your classes each semester, it is important to take into account your work schedule, family life, and what your day-to-day schedule looks like. You need to learn to manage your time, because in college, it's your responsibility to succeed. I can't stress enough the importance that you need to be sure that you are signing up for the right classes from your very first semester, and that you maintain good habits to be successful in your classes. Good habits such as checking your email daily, keeping up on your syllabus and the course assignments due, attending every scheduled class date, and studying regularly. You should also be taking advantage of additional academic opportunities. BC provides for you such as faculty office hours and free tutoring in the Academic Success Center. These and other services will help you maintain a good GPA and keep you on track to complete your degree. Later in this seminar, you'll get to hear more about the extensive services available to support you with your academics.